Francisco Herrera.
¿Se oye? Canta tu canción. Felices días de liberación, fiestas patrias. Pueblo, pueblo, ¿quién ha dado una gotita de sangre por su tierra? Levante la mano. ¿A poco tampoco? ¿Más tres? A ver, yo la pregunto otra vez. ¿Quién ha dado una gotita de sangre por su tierra? Levante la mano. La mitad, yo no me están escuchando. ¿Quién ha dado una gotita de sangre o sudor por su tierra? Levante la mano. Eso. Pueblo, pueblo. Canta tu canción. Sigues cruzando las fronteras y los valles, los desiertos, los ríos, cerros y canales. Solo tú sabes lo que has tenido que sufrir y así persistes construyendo un porvenir. ¡Vamos! Pueblo, pueblo, pueblo tú, pueblo yo. ¡Vamos! Canta tu canción. Yeah. Se vale cantar, ¿listos? Pueblo, pueblo, vamos. Pueblo, pueblo, eso. Canta tu canción, vamos. Canta tu canción. Ok, la primera cosa que hace la opresión es decirnos que nos callemos la boca. Calladito es más bonito, dicen por ahí, ¿verdad? No le digas a tu mamá, no le digas a la policía, no le llames a la unión, no abras la boca, cállate. La primera tarea de la liberación es decir tu historia, cantar tu canción, decir tu palabra, quién sos, quién eres tú, quién soy yo, juntos comunicándonos, ¡vamos! ¡Pueblo! Yeah. tu canción. Te veo vendiendo naranjas y sandía. Debajo de los puentes, freeways, día a día. Sembrando flores, cosechando amores. Haciendo vida por donde quiera que vas. Canta tu canción. Se vale cantar con la boca llena y diciendo your mouth full. Ready, vamos. Bueno. No los oigo así muy débil, como que. ¡Vamos! Canta. Eso. Here we are in the Redstone building. Oh, Sisters, East Bay, West Bay, all the way. Oh, Living Wage Coalition. Organizing has a vision for people rising, dignity, vamos. Pueblo, pueblo, desde Argentina hasta Canadá. Canta tu canción. Pachamama, Grananagua, Turtle Aslan. Pueblo, pueblo. Canta tu canción.
The public dollar is training home care workers, and they are being the county's being outbid, the city and county, and people are leaving the profession. That's one of the reasons that we've got to pass this MCO. One of my clients has a lot of hours, and we turn to the agency Homebridge. That's a home care agency that helps supplement the IHSS Independent Provider Program. And they have trouble meeting the schedule that they've committed to because they just don't have the people. They are not able to fill all the slots. Now, this is a really critical time right now in our profession because we're facing the silver tsunami. And San Francisco needs to lead the way in this state, as it has in the past, on home care. Because we're facing so many people turning 65, we care for the disabled and the elderly, and that silver tsunami is building and is cresting. And at the same time, we're just kind of coasting, and we're losing home care professionals every day are going off into completely other professions or into the private sector. And we need them, caring for the really needy citizens who rely on the city and county. And it's very critical that we not lose track of that, because that is building, and we will not be able to catch up unless we begin to lay the groundwork right now in for this future that we're going to see.
Thank you, Brad. And our next speaker is Kevin Prasad, who's an airport security worker out at SFO, and he's also a member of SCIE United Service Workers West.
My name is Kevin Prasad, as it said, and I work at San Francisco International. I do security there at night. So just right after this, I have to run home, quickly change, get ready, and go to work. And I have to work an 8-hour shift later on tonight. I have a very important job at that airport. I provide security for that airport. Just yesterday, I don't know if you heard this, but there was a cop that got stabbed. We are the front line. We, the airport workers, are the front line. When the terrorists decide to attack, they're not going to go after you guys right away. They're going to see us, the people with the fake badges of authority. They're going to see us and they're going to come after us. They're going to go after your police officers. We do live in a dangerous time. That airport cost the city $1 billion to run. During the 2008 recession that we had, the airport was the only thing making money for the city. The airport workers there are the backbone of this industry. When you can't walk, they will push you to but you have to fly, they will push you to they will take care of you from the moment you step foot on the airport grounds to the moment you're flying on your way to your destination. Those of us who are doing security there, we have to maintain federal standards, federal minimums that have been put out by DHS. We got to make sure that nobody goes the wrong way. We know more about that airport than other people do. Even Airport Director Ira Sotero notes this, that the wage gap is getting there, and people who know too much about the airport are leaving because they're do to work somewhere else. You don't see every day a person pulling along an airplane around here. These people are doing jobs that you'll never see. They are the reason why you can get from San Francisco to Washington, D.C., to Seattle, to LA. Anywhere you want to go, they're the reason why you're going. According to financial analysts, they have this thing called 50, 20, 30 breakdown of how much your wage is supposed to go from one to another. For your fixed income, it's supposed to be 50%. The retirement and investments and other investments that you have, they want 20% of your wage a month going to these things, and then 30% for variable costs. This means here in San Francisco, with the average apartment rent within 10 miles of San Francisco, it's over $3,737. The apartment rent here for one bedroom is $3,400 and $2. This means that the San Francisco minimum wage the take home should be around $11,500 a month. And we're not asking for that. By no means are we asking for that. We're just asking for a little bit more than what we're getting right now. Currently, there are over 288 companies based here in San Francisco. American CEOs, they've got an 8.5 raise increase last year, and take home an average of $11.5 million in salary and stock and any other compensation that they've got. The last 5 years, the median CEO pay has jumped to 19.6%. The top, according to Mark Light, who's an Ivy League economics professor, in 2015, just Wall Street bonuses alone totaled $28.4 billion, while all the minimum wage earners collectively within that year only earned $14 billion. That's just their wage. They didn't get no bonuses, no nothing. According to the CalWORKs at San Francisco, 83% of Bay Area renters are planning to leave, while another 40% want to leave. According to Business Insider, 46% of millennials want to leave. That's tax income lost. All I'm asking is that you guys consider voting to approve this increase on the MCO. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe. And last but not least, We have Azucena Milan, who is a CalWORKs mother and in a welfare to work program. She's also a member of the San Francisco Living Wage Coalition.
The minimum wage is not enough to raise our children. Bill comes in and they are not getting paid on time. Nowadays, families are struggling with financial problems and feel that their kids just are not getting what they're going to need. I'm a single mother of a 2-year-old and expecting another one anytime soon. Housing is one of the main concerns now for all the San Franciscans. You will not find housing under $1,000, which is almost half of my monthly income. And there is not enough left to pay bills and put food on the table. And rents are increasing. I support increasing the wage rate and minimum wage law to $1.86 above the minimum wage. I will be able to provide more to meet the needs of my children, and I will need to depend on public services for much longer. When people work hard, they feel good about themselves. And we want to see others value our work by compensating us fairly. We vote for you because we believe that you can make things better than what they are now. We need to give a better future to our children and show them that working hard makes them feel good about themselves and it's fairly compensating. That is the right thing to do.
Thank you. Now we wanted to sort of open up the discussion, with the audience and see if there's any questions you might have with the panelists. And
I worked in nonprofit for 35 years. That's sort of my background. And the few that I've worked in was in child care. So I understand the struggles. The stories I'm hearing today are very familiar to me because those are the workers that I work with. And so for 35 years and even after that as somebody that's been elected, I've always picked certain things that can help people that don't have enough resources. Whether it's to fight for the $15, it's just one fight. There's many ways we can help. And most of my battles was trying to work with the child care field. There's thousands of child care workers in San Francisco that were at one time making minimum wage, and guess what? They're still making minimum wage. And every time I think I'm gaining ground, I would say we did this. In fact, one of the first battle in wages that I took on for the child care field was about 15, 20 years ago. And it only came because I went to a city budget signing thing. And one of the things that Willie Brown bragged about at the time was how much he was able to put more money back into the budget to support increasing the hourly wages for the IHSS workers. And they said, wow, look how they could do that. And they didn't bother talking to child care people. There's probably as many child care workers as the home workers. And so that triggered one of the things for me to say, okay, let's get started. And within about a year and a half of exploring ways to deal with those wages, we found that there were many routes to go, and one of the quickest ways was for me to say, something, just cut to the chase. I want money for our child care workers. I'm not going to ask them to do anything more. I just want to give them more money. And I thought I would never get it, but at the time, I was able to do that battle, and I was offered a measly $200,000 for the workers. And City Hall was stroking themselves. I said, wow, look at that, we gave them 200,000. And I basically turned around and said, you know something? Thank you, but no thank you. I'm gonna kick your butt in the ballot because this is bullshit. The $200,000, what do you want to do with it? You know, give everybody a cupcake? And again, I only mention these things because I hear your issues, and I've been there, I think, in many ways to do the same type of battles with you. I have not committed to this yet. I want to know all the details, how I'm going to pay for it, which is how I approach everything. But it doesn't, that's why it was important for me to come here, to listen to your stories, to give me even more motivation to figure out if the solution isn't there yet at the city level, I'm there to help figure out a solution. So thank you again for your time.
My name is Azucena Milan, and I come from an Hispanic culture. I have a 2-year-old daughter and expecting one anytime soon.
Born and raised here in San Francisco?
Yes.
Oh, you are?
I was born in California and raised all my life in San Francisco.
And so recently you're with the Rapid Response. That's under the. Can you explain that? What is?
Well, I'm right now it was just for 1 month that I'm in Rapid Response. I think it's called Welfare to Work, and this is my last day here.
So you're with us with the living wage during the month of September under that welfare under the Rapid Response, right?
Correct. And
how did you feel about that? How's your experience?
It was pretty well. It was pretty good, actually. I learned extra more experience out of it. And what is the best thing is that, how can I say this? Is working more with the community, giving the community more information, things that they need to know more.
Sounds good. And how long have you been a part of the, Welfare to Work job training program? Were you a part of also when it was under CJP Community Jobs Training Program before?
Yes. So Welfare to Work or Rapid Response, also what they call CJP1 or CJP. And I think I was with them, or what we call also Jobs Now or Jobs Match. I was with them for, I think, 2 years.
And how was that experience like?
Well, basically, it's just commute yourself to everything you're asking for, and they help you out to find yourself a job. It could be either a temporary job that will give you more experience or a permanent job.
Would you agree that for the most part though, or either from yourself or other people that you may know that's in the program, that in a way they become dissatisfied? Because the real purpose when you do these job training program is you want to gain enough learning skills, just like you did with us in wage, where you could feel like I could put that on my resume and then apply for a job with possibly full-time and better pay, and then be seriously considered based on the skills that I got for the job training. But do you feel like these programs, are they really providing that?
Well, it all depends and everything. It really like, I mean, the only thing that they're providing you is to gain experience, get more skills, and all that stuff.
I mean, for example, wouldn't you like if it was, for say, set up even up to 1 month or 6 months, maybe up to a year? The city could budget a year for funding for people like yourself, especially someone that's a mother already in the city where it's really expensive. We already have enough to deal with bills and housing. And the least the city can do making all this money could they gain from the tech is, for example, let's be honest, they've asked you for certification.
It'll be great because sometimes they will question you. Employers will question you. Why is it just for temporary and so far? And sometimes they will like to see more experience. than 6 months. They would like to see like a year or a little bit more than that, because most employers see that just want to see more experience.
And then also, let's face it, they look at your educational background as well. A lot of participants, at least that I know of, don't usually go to college or don't get that degree for a specific major, whether it's business or whatever. And then someone that actually got the skills, for example, when they try to apply for that job and they compete against someone that's just because they went to college and got that degree, they're going to be pushed aside for that person that had that degree. Do you feel like the skills that you should be getting trained and learning from should be equally respected, so that when you go compete, bottom line is doing the job, and you could do the job,
So, in the skill side, experience and skill side, I mean, how would you expect to get them if you're not giving them the chance to get them? That's the way I would see it. Mm-hmm. Because even if one side has a degree and the other one doesn't, it doesn't mean that one is higher than the other, because both of them could do the same job.
And have you also, like, what other work experience have you had, or have you, like, worked at a coffee shop, or like, what's your
Majority of my jobs were either customer service or administration. Mm-hmm. And in my experience, I've seen a lot of administration positions, and they will want more years than what a person has gained from whatever job they had. Mm-hmm. So my administration skills, I could say it's up to almost 2 years, but sometimes people will want more than 2 years.
So now today's your last day, and now you're going to be moving on. And if for say you want to work for the city, in some administrative job, and you're aware now that as of now you're going to be paid under the minimum wage, which is right now is $14 an hour as of this moment. And so I know you recently spoke at a town hall explaining why it's important that they make improvements to the minimum compensation ordinance to at least raise the wages to $186 above the minimum wage. Can you explain more the importance of that?
Well, to be honest, first is their housing. Housing is a really struggle, because nowadays there is no housing for under $1,000. For a room, it will be like 1,500 or 2,000 or even more than that. And who will be able to afford to pay a rent like that with the little much you make? And most people won't want to go out of San Francisco either, because they will have to pay transportation, they will have to wake up extra early, and it's too much struggle. And also, with our kids, what will our kids think? They are seeing that their parents are doing extra effort, they're working more than one job to be able to sustain themselves and sustain them as well. So I think it's better if you guys could raise a little bit more, even though I'm not going to say it won't help, it will be something better than nothing. Well, I would like to say not only to the supervisors, but also to the mayor. Okay, now here's the thing. You asked for our vote to have you guys where you are now, but also we're asking for you to do your part to help out your residents here in San Francisco. Because for you to be able to be where you are now, it's because of us and our votes. Now we're asking you, something is not that simple and it's not that hard. You guys could work it out, just to do something for us, but more for our families and our kids, that deserve more in a better future.